Hey guys, this is your boy Markcoos and welcome back to Markcoos' reign at Arsenal. And as you can see, the first match will be Arsenal versus Manchester United at Old Trafford. Now this will be a difficult match for Arsenal as the team recently just beat Anderlecht with quite a poor team out, but it doesn't matter as it's at Old Trafford on a sunny afternoon in autumn, and hoping that Arsenal can actually go out and win this. But of course I already know what the final result is, so just watch this and you'll find out what the result is. But Man United will of course be a difficult challenge for the Arsenal, because of course Arsenal aren't really the best team. But again, Arsenal are in their, well, I was playing in the away kit, so in the purple, and Man United are at home, so they were playing in their famous red. Man United started Phil Jones and Vidic in defence, no Rio Ferdinand for them, and Javi Hernandez started up front instead of Robin van Persie. For Arsenal, we had more or less the strongest team you could possibly go out with Koscielny, Vermaelen, Sanya, Gibbs, Cazorla, Royce, Arteta, Walcott, Giroud and Podolski. So of course Man United to kick off with in the famous red and white, and of course it would be a difficult match considering that Javi Hernandez was a bit of a pain. Every time I've ever played against him, he has always usually scored. So in the 13th minute of the match, Rooney plays a great little ball through to Javi Hernandez and he scores, but he's offside. As you can see, he is like, what the hell's going on? And the referee's just like, you're offside, man. So, see a replay of that. As you see, Rooney plays it and Javi Hernandez is just offside. But that doesn't stop him from scoring later on anyway. Anyway, 30 minutes from on the clock, Royce has a shot from quite far away and they clear. It was basically my best chance of the whole first half. But from a corner kick roughly 5 minutes later, Javi Hernandez ends up getting it, and look at that fourth finish from the Mexican. He pops in on a volley, a nice finessed, controlled volley into the bottom corner of Chesney's net, and Man United lead 1-0 at Old Trafford. Now I was a bit pissed off with that, considering that they had not dominating, but they've been playing well, and I'd also been playing well. So did they really deserve to go ahead 1-0? Maybe not. But it was a pretty good finish to see from the replay, and at half-time it's 1-0 to Man United. So here are the stats. Arsenal only had 4 shots, 2 on target, and Man United had 5 shots, 4 on target, and Arsenal of course had better passing and pass completion, as that's what I really hope to have with my Arsenal side. I don't want some stupid retarded thing. But here Podolski comes in as a second striker. I move Royce out to the left mid and I move Walcott to right mid, and I'm sure early in the second half I take Walcott out and bring Gervinho in, because Walcott really had not had a good thing. But as you see, Santi Cazorla comes out, having been yellow carded in the first half, and I bring Wilshere in. Now that was quite a good chance in the 54th minute. But as you can see, I take out Walcott, bring Gervinho in, move Royce to the right mid and Gervinho to left mid. And in the 64th minute, I end up skinning Phil Jones with Giroud, and look at that for a shot, it goes just wide of the post from the French striker. But in the 76th minute, Koscielny comes across, tries to foul Welbeck, can't get it, and a pretty good shot from Donnie Willow, and Sanya clears. But coming into the 85th minute, Wilshere gets the ball, tries to pass it away to Podolski, and for some reason Sanya goes absolutely mental at Donnie Welbeck for supposedly a foul, but I didn't really see anything in the challenge. But anyway, in the 88th minute, now this is coming up to the last minute of the match, Koscielny gets a yellow card, and Ashley will take a free kick in the 88th minute. He ends up taking the free kick and it hits the post. How unfortunate, and Van Persie gets it. Now, this is the best passing play I've ever done in my life. Podolski through to Arteta. Arteta takes a couple of touches, passes it down to Royce. Royce takes 2 touches for a pass up to Wilshere. Wilshere to Arteta, backheel to Giroud. Giroud backheels it to Gervinho. Coming up into the last minute of the match, Gervinho runs it, De Gea passes it back to Mikel Arteta, and Mikel Arteta finesses it from the edge of the box into the bottom corner. So basically in the last minute of the match, Arsenal equalise. That was absolutely amazing to play. It was a great game to play in, and I really was going out for the win. I'm trying to not go unbeaten, but I want to do as much as I possibly can to stay unbeaten in this series. Of course, it's not really the point of the series. The point of the series is to have a successful career at Arsenal as a manager. But look at that 4 finish, and look at that for the celebration of this punch in the air with satisfaction. So Man United go and kick off, as you can see now, and the game ends. So basically, it was the last kick of the game was Arteta's shot. So was it deserved? We'll see from the stats. From the stats, Arsenal had 9 shots, 4 on target, and Man United had 10 shots, 7 on target. Arsenal did have more possession, so maybe it was a bit more deserving than you'd actually would think, considering the fact that Arsenal did maybe dominate the game more in terms of actual holding of the ball. But Arteta, of course, gets man of the match, considering that he did score the draw, scored a goal for Arsenal in the last minute. But as you see, QPR got beat by Newcastle, Chelsea beat Aston Villa, Everton got beat by Sunderland, and Man City had a 5-goal thriller with West Bromwich Albion. And the rest of the results: Liverpool beat Stoke, Wigan beat Tottenham, that's a big result. Fulham beat Fulham beat Southampton, West Ham beat Swansea, and Reading beat Norwich. Now, the table's looking a bit weird. I mean, Arsenal are top, Man City are second, Man United are third, and Newcastle are fourth. But look where West Ham are sixth, Chelsea are seventh, and Liverpool are eighth. And sure, at this time, Everton are bottom of the table. That's pretty poor for Everton, considering how good their squad actually is. But it doesn't really matter. So the first match of the FA Cup. Now the FA Cup I would put in indented commas because it's technically not the FA Cup. It's literally just the cup, the English Cup. And I might change it to there's just the English Cup, considering the fact that it's not the FA Cup, it's not really the Carling Cup because the final's at the end of the year. So it's a mix of both. But it's Arsenal versus Norwich, and this game I played not a poor side, but a side which lacked some first team stuff. I mean, it still has Szczesny played, and of course Sanya played, but the likes of Oxlade, Chamberlain and Jenkinson got starts. And Norwich were a pretty difficult side, but with Grant Holt up front, it was always going to be difficult, considering how good he actually is. Not in the game, but when you play against me, it's pretty hard. But Ramal and Mertesacker, Sanya, Jenkinson, Ramsey, Wilshere, Thierry Henry, Chamberlain, Gervinho and Arshavin was the starting lineup, and Norwich started with Ruddy, Turner, Bennett, Russell Martin, Basong. Like, their team was pretty, not pretty basic, but it was pretty heavy, if that's something to say. But Arsenal to kick off in the Ville-Marie Stadium, and in the 4th minute of the match I ended up having a shot with, I think it's Ramsey, and I end up hitting the post. I mean, that's really unfortunate. But in the 17th minute, I get the ball with Jenkinson down to Arshavin down to Thierry Henry through to Oxlade Chamberlain on the right hand side. He comes inside, slows it down a bit, ends up skinning Basong and getting a shot away with his left foot across the goalkeeper, and Ruddy just can't save it, and Oxlade Chamberlain has scored. This is only in the 15th minute, so Arsenal there was a lot of the first half left, so I had a lot of time, of course, to score more goals, and that was really what my aim was, to go out with, to score more goals. So in the 37th minute I get a great tackle. Wilshere plays a great free ball through to Gervinho, and Gervinho through on goal. Wouldn't score this in real life, but scores it in the game because I'm in control of him. So what a finish from Gervinho, Thierry Henry-esque finish with a finesse right into the top corner, and it was deserving of Arsenal. I mean, deserving for my team anyway. We'd really been dominating, and Newcastle, Norwich hardly had like a sniff at goal, if I'm being perfectly honest. I mean, look at this finish from Gervinho right into the top corner, just past John Ruddy's fingertips. So at half-time it's 2-0 to Arsenal, and I'm like, not bad. I think I might need to change some things at half-time, considering that I was dominating and they weren't really having shots at target or anything. I mean, as you can see, Arsenal had 14 shots, 10 on target. I really should have scored more than 2 goals, and Norwich hadn't even had a shot yet. So I was like, right, I think I might need to change some things. So I changed some things about it. I bring in Hertfeld and Mikel. I moved Jenkinson to right back. I didn't move Jenkinson to right back, sorry. I was going to take Jenkinson off, but I thought, nah, I need to sort of rest the rest of the team. So I think I moved Hertfeld to centre back, considering the fact that, of course, he is a centre back. I think I move Jenkinson to right back, and I move Ramsey to left back. He doesn't actually play left back, he just plays left midfield, but in like quite a deep position. And I just play 2 in midfield. And if I'm being perfectly honest, this formation sort of ruined the game. I mean, you'll see what I'm talking about, because I moved Gervinho and Chamberlain into second strikers. So I'm going to make them right wing and left wing, so I would have no striker, but I don't think that really works in PES. So I made them second strikers slightly out wide, so that they would provide the width as well as being the 2 forwards. But it doesn't work, because in the 61st minute, I end up giving get a red card here for this challenge from Mikel, and I was like, it's not a red card, ref, you've got to be joking. But you see the replay, look at this for a challenge. Comes in both footed and takes out, I think it's Elliot Bennett. But in the 82nd minute, Ramsey is just nowhere to be found. Jenkinson just comes across, can't stop it, and I think it's Morrison ends up scoring. And I was just like, yeah, I'm going to just keep possession of the ball, not give it away, don't do anything stupid. But in the 88th minute, I end up doing something stupid. The Hertfeld was out of position, Morrison gets a shot away, it comes to Robert Snodgrass, Jenkinson can't put his foot out, and it's 2-2. And I was just like, God damn it, after being 2-0 up and dominating for the whole first half, and more or less dominating for the second half, I end up conceding a goal in the last couple minutes of the match. So I was like, alright, I might need to do some stuff at full time, considering that it would go into extra time and it wouldn't have a replay or anything. So as you can see from the stats, I had 25 shots, 16 on target. They had 5 shots, 5 on target. Did they deserve maybe 2 goals? I think so, considering that they did sort of score 2 goals, have 5 shots on target. But in the 92nd minute of extra time, Gervinho back to Thierry Henry from the edge of the box, and look at that 4th finish from Thierry Henry. I'm sure I moved him forward to a centre forward position because I really needed a goal. And yeah, so Thierry Henry scores, and I'm just like, not bad. But as you can see, he's wearing the weird strip. His strip is a bit messed up, and that's only because the Arsenal strip is really difficult to actually recreate. So the majority of the players are wearing Under Armour, as you can see, and he's the only one wearing the weird thing. The same happens with Royce, but I'll have a little cool backstory for fixing that later on in this series, which I've already thought of before. So in the 103rd minute, get the ball away with Gervinho, great through ball through to Thierry Henry. Now he's not going to outpace anyone, but he gets out quite far away, gets a shot weight, hits the post, and Basong, for some ridiculous reason, just helps me out and own goals it. And I was just like, thanks Basong, I mean, no problem Basong. So it's 4-2, and at halftime it's 4-2, of course, and I'm not sure if this is either the final result or the halftime result. It's a halftime result, so it's 27 shots, 17 on target, and Arsenal dominating possession and pass completion as expected. So in the 120th minute, nothing really happened in the second half, and the final score is 4-2. So I'm going through to the next round of the cup, and I had only 1 shot in the second half really, and Norwich didn't really do anything in the extra time, as you can see. And if you compare the stats, they had 5 shots on target from the end of the match to the end of extra time. So Thierry Henry gets man of the match for his performance. I believe Chamberlain deserved it more, considering that he did play a bit better than Thierry Henry. I mean, Thierry Henry did score 1 and technically assist the other one, considering the Basong on goal, but the game does what it wants. So Arsenal beat Norwich, Man City beat Hull, QPR beat Birmingham, Tottenham got beat by Cardiff City, Brighton & Hove Albion got beat by Blackburn, Chelsea beat West Ham, Aston Villa got beat by Bolton, and Liverpool got beat by Everton, the team at the bottom of the table. Sunderland beat Reading, Derby got beat by Stoke, Fulham got beat by West Brom, Crystal Palace beat Leeds, Newcastle beat Leicester, Huddersfield Town beat Wigan, Man United beat Southampton, and Swansea got beat by Blackpool. So this next games will be Man City v QPR, Cardiff versus Blackburn, Chelsea versus Bolton, Everton versus Sunderland, Arsenal versus Stoke, West Brom versus Crystal Palace, Newcastle versus Huddersfield, Manchester United versus Blackpool. So it'll be a difficult game in the next round against Stoke City. So into the final game of this episode, it's Arsenal versus West Bromwich Albion at the Emirates Stadium. Now, just having come back from the Cup match, from the English Cup, and we'll start calling it the English Cup because it's not the FA Cup or the Carling Cup. It would be a difficult game against my pretty good West Brom side, but of course all the big guns were back. The likes of Podolski, Gervinho, Giroud, Walcott, like all of them were back. Sanya, of course, plays. Sanya more or less plays nearly every game. As you see, Szczesny, Koscielny, Vermaelen, Sanya, Gibbs, Cazorla, Arteta, Royce, Walcott, Giroud, and Podolski. So the Arsenal lineup was more or less full strength, and West Brom started with Foster, Craig Dawson, Olsen, Reed, Ridgewell, Malumbu, Brunt, Manton, Dorrans, Rosenberg, and Odemwingie. And they had actually bought Rosenberg, and he's a pretty good player in real life. So I was expecting a bit of a difficult game. So I kick off, of course, and in the 9th minute of the match, get the ball off Santi Cazorla here. I'm running forward a bit, pass great for the ball through to Marco Royce, and Foster makes a pretty good save, to be perfectly honest. But in the 20th minute, I get another great for the ball through to Olivier Giroud, and he's had a huge couple games this season, but a little bit of passing move, a little bit of move to Walcott to Santi Cazorla. He has a shot from the edge of the box. A powerful finish into the bottom corner past Ben Foster, and Arsenal lead 1-0 after 20 minutes. So Cazorla doesn't really have a celebration, to be perfectly honest. He's just like, I'm not doing what I want. But as you see, a nice replay of Cazorla's great shot into the bottom corner. I mean, it was a pretty good finish, to be perfectly honest. So in the 27th minute here, Malumbu has a shot from the halfway line, from the edge of the box, and Chez makes a good save. Mabrock crosses it back in, and Rosenberg volleys it just wide. As you can see from the stats, it says that Arsenal had 3 shots on goal, compared to West Brom's 2. So the game was pretty close, to be perfectly honest. I had a little bit of skill at the end of Markcoos, and the half-time result is 1-0 to Arsenal. The stats are pretty close, as you can see. Arsenal only had 5 shots on target, and they've only had 50% possession. And our pass completion is a bit poor, but this is some poor defending from me. Rosenberg, it's 3-on-1. Dorrans, like, sort of does a little bit of skill. As you can see, I just can't defend properly. Odin Wingy gets through on goal, but again, Chesney comes out with the big guns and stops it from going in. In the 78th minute, Cazorla on the ball, great for ball through delivery to Giroud, another great for ball through to Theo Walcott. I go for the near post finish, and Ben Foster just sort of knows I'm going for it. Walcott passes it back to Santi Cazorla, Ben Foster makes another good save, and West Brom eventually clear the ball. So, in the 90th minute, Podolski gets a shot away, it goes nowhere near the goal, but the whistle is blown, and Arsenal win 1-0. So I end up winning 1-0 against West Brom. A pretty difficult time in the season. Only like the sixth or seventh game in the actual season of the Barclays Premier League, but winning against West Brom at home is pretty big, to be perfectly honest. And Santi Cazorla gets man of the match for his goal, and Gibbs also got a 7.0 rating, which is pretty good, to be fair. So Arsenal beat West Brom, QPR and Tottenham had a 0-0 draw, Chelsea beat Stoke, Everton got beat by Newcastle, and Man United beat Aston Villa, which are some good results. And Man City beat Sunderland, Liverpool beat Southampton, Wigan beat Swansea, Fulham got beat by Norwich, and West Ham beat Reading. So Arsenal still top of the table, unbeaten, no losses as you can see, and we've scored 18 goals so far this season, which is pretty good. So if you have enjoyed this episode of Markcoos' reign at Arsenal, subscribe to my channel for more. And the next game is against Aston Villa, which will be out probably tomorrow. And